It was a cold Tuesday morning. People rushed past each other on the sidewalk, umbrellas bumping, footsteps splashing through puddles, faces buried in their phones, no one really seeing anyone. But in the middle of it all stood a little boy, no older than 10. He was soaked. Shivering. Standing silently with his arms crossed tightly around his chest. He didn't speak. He didn't cry. He just waited. His name was Eli. Eli had run away from the foster home the night before. Another family had promised to love him forever, just like the others had, and just like the others, they'd changed their minds. He didn't know where to go. He only knew he didn't want to go back. Hours passed. People walked by. Some looked at him with pity, others with suspicion. But no one stopped. Until her. Maria worked nearby. She usually took the bus and kept to herself. But something about the boy stopped her. Maybe it was the way he didn't move. Maybe it was how empty his eyes looked. She bent down slowly. "Hey sweetheart, are you lost?" He said nothing. She gently placed her jacket over his shoulders. "You don't have to talk. But I'm here. Okay?" Still nothing. She didn't ask for explanations. She didn't pressure him. She just sat beside him on the wet pavement and waited. After nearly 15 minutes of silence, something happened. Eli leaned against her, just a little at first. Then completely. And then, without a word, he hugged her. Not a quick, polite hug. It was the kind of hug you give when you've been holding your breath for years. The kind that says thank you without words. Maria wrapped her arms around him. Tightly. Carefully. Warmly. And something broke inside Eli. The tears came. So did the shaking. And Maria held on, gently rocking him as if he were her own. People passed by. Some slowed down. Some stopped to watch. No one knew what had just happened. But for Eli, that moment was everything. He had needed someone to see him. To choose him. To stay. Later, when the police arrived, Maria stayed with him. She didn't let go. When the social worker came, Maria asked a question she had never thought she'd ask a stranger. What would it take for me to foster him? The paperwork took weeks. There were inspections, interviews, background checks. But Maria never changed her mind. She was there every weekend. Every phone call. Every supervised visit. She brought him books. Art supplies. Socks. Things no one else had ever thought to give him. And slowly, Eli changed. He began to talk more. Sleep through the night. Laugh sometimes. He still had nightmares, still flinched at sudden noises, but Maria was there for every step. Not perfect. Just present. And that made all the difference. Years passed. Eli grew. The pain never completely left, but it softened. He started writing. Drawing. Sharing his story. He even gave a speech at his school, talking about the day he learned what love felt like. He said it wasn't the day he was adopted. It wasn't even the day he moved in with Maria. It was the day she sat beside him in the rain. The day she didn't ask questions. The day she didn't walk away. The day she gave him a hug that made him believe he was worth loving. One hug. That's all it took. One silent, soaked, trembling hug that saved a life. Now Eli helps others. He volunteers with children in shelters. Speaks at foster care events. And every time he shares his story, he ends with the same words. Sometimes, people don't need answers. They just need someone to stay. That hug didn't fix everything. But it gave me a reason to hold on. And sometimes, holding on is the bravest thing anyone can do. No one ever knew Maria's full story. She never made a big deal about it. Never posted online. She just lived quietly. But to Eli, she was the hero he never expected. The stranger who became family. The one who saw him when no one else did. And in that cold, wet moment on the sidewalk, when two broken hearts met, something beautiful began. It started with a hug. And it saved a life.